Let's start our discussion. Jitendra?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, let's start our discussion now, okay?
Okay.
So today we will focus on the topic discussion. So wait. So our focus is on Palo Alto Firewall, right? How to work with the Palo Alto Firewall box and see the target audience to start this training is security engineer, security administrator, security operations specialist, or network engineer. So they can start this firewall training, this Palo Alto firewall training. And what is the requirement to start this firewall training? So you need to have the idea about the basic routing and switching concept, like what is basic routing, what is switching concept, what is IP address. Okay, you need to know the basic concept about routing and switching. Clear my point?
Right.
Now, if you have a basic idea about security technologies like what is IPS, what is proxy, what is content filtering, so that's good. If you don't know, so no problem, I will tell you, okay? No problem. This is our topic. Mustafa, dear, can you hear me? Good morning.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, dear. Okay, so in our complete Palo Alto firewall training, we have 16 modules. Guys, you can see we have 16 modules. This complete training will take minimum 28 hours. 28 hours to 30 hours. What I can provide you from my side, I can provide you slides, notes, lab setup software, where you guys can do all the labs, all the practicals. So let's just start our discussion, topic discussion, you can say, okay? Topic discussion. Jatinder, Mustafa?
Yes.
Okay. So the first topic is called what? Next generation security platform and architecture. So, you know, guys, in market, we have multiple vendors for next generation firewall features. Let me show you. If you go with the Gartner report, so guys, you can see these are the vendors. These are the vendors for next generation firewall. See, Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, Cisco, Huawei, Juniper, okay, WatchGuard, Sophos, multiple vendors. And as per Gartner report, Gartner divided all the vendors, all the next generation firewall vendors into the 4 categories. The first one is called leader in the market, challenger we have, nice player, visionaries.
Okay.
Our focus is on leader, right? So Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, these are the leader in the market. Yes, Jatinder, any question?
I'm surprised why Cisco is not in the leader in this.
Cisco, why? Because of FTD.
Okay.
Because of FTD. Okay, it's firepower threat defense, because you know the cost is very high for FTD.
Okay.
Okay, in single FTD cost, you can get 248 firewall box with same feature.
Okay.
That is the reason Cisco is not a leader. Yes, but he's a challenger. Okay, he's a challenger.
Okay.
So our focus right now, is on Palo Alto firewall box, and Palo Alto is a leader in the market. Palo Alto, Fortinet, and Checkpoint. So let's start our discussion on Palo Alto firewall box. So the first topic is called next generation security platform and architecture. So like other vendors, guys, see, we all are familiar with the router and switches, right? We all know the series of router. We all know the series of switches. That's the same. Like if I'm working with any firewall box, so I need to know the product family. I need to know the series. Which series is good for my organization? For example, I'm working in a small network. Hello, Veer. Good morning, dear. Can you hear me? Good morning, dear. Can you
Hello,
hear me?
good morning, sir.
Good
Yes.
morning.
Yes, I am here.
Just started, okay? Just started. And right now I'm talking about topic discussion. Okay. Please turn off your mic, everyone. If you have any question, you can unmute.
Okay.
Veer, Jatinder, okay. Please turn off your mic. If you have any question, you can unmute, no problem. So what we can discuss, the first we can focus on product family, because we need to know, because see guys, if I'm working in a small network, if I'm working with 50 computers, 100 computers, so which series of the firewall box is good for me? Okay, because we have multiple series in Palo Alto. So product family we can discuss, and we can focus on next generation security architecture. See, Palo Alto is using SP3 architecture to forward the traffic. What is SP3? It's called single path parallel processing. So this technique is developed by Palo Alto, but now every vendor using this concept. It's called SP3 architecture. So what is SP3 architecture? What is control plane in Palo Alto? What is data plane in Palo Alto? What is the default configuration? We can discuss these options in next generation security platform and architecture. After that, we can go on to the deployment method. Like I want to deploy my Palo Alto box in AWS scenario, okay, in VMware scenario. So how you can deploy your firewall box, virtual deployment and cloud deployment. After that, we can go on to the initial configuration, or you can say day one on Palo Alto Firewall. Day one. In initial configuration, I will tell you how to access your Palo Alto Firewall box through console, through management, and how to access, how to manage your Palo Alto box through CLI. After that, yes, we can go on to the graphical page, because guys, to configure your complete firewall, not only Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, Cisco AS, Cisco FTD, Cisco ASA, you guys can manage through graphical. 95% configuration we can do with the graphical page. CLI is not required. But yes, I will tell you some CLI options also. Okay, but this is the option. What we can do, we can go with the CLI configuration. We can go with the graphical page. So in initial configuration, you can focus on how to take backup, how to upgrade operating system, how to install license, how to create multiple firewall administrator. Maybe in my organization, to manage my Palo Alto firewall box, we have 2 administrator or 3 administrator, for example. So how to create multiple administrator, and I want to define different level of access for each administrator. So this is the part of initial configuration: backup, restore, upgrade. Okay, these are the options. After initial configuration, you can, and see, we can also discuss how to download signature update. How to download, because see guys, Palo Alto is a next generation firewall. And if you want to utilize next generation firewall features, so you need to download latest signature update. So how to download signature update? Yes, we will discuss in initial configuration. After that, we can go on to the interface configuration, and like other firewall box, we can configure physical interfaces. We can configure logical interfaces. What is logical interface, everyone? Like tunnel interface, right? Tunnel interface or loop back interface, right? These are the options. Loop back, sub interfaces, you can say sub interfaces, how to create sub interfaces. So logical interfaces we can create, like other vendor, we can create logical interface. But in physical interface configuration, we can focus on Palo Alto interface type. We can focus on interface type, because in Palo Alto we have multiple interface type. For example, L3 interface, L2 interface, tab interface. In Palo Alto, you can say tab interface. In Fortinet, you can say one arm sniffer interface. So tab interface, then we can focus on virtual wire interface, then HA interface. It's called high availability interface. So in interface configuration option, we need to know each interface type. what is L3, where we can use, what is L2 interface, where we can use, what is the use of tap interface. In this scenario, we can use our interface as a tap interface, or what is the concept of virtual wire interface. So interface configuration is a big topic. It means only this topic will take minimum 3 to 4 hours. Only this module number 4. Okay, see guys, if you verify here, everyone, if you verify, you can see guys, after module number 4, we have module number 5, and it's related with security policy and networks. There is no any routing concept. Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer, right, everyone?
Yes.
We don't have any routing concept. Why? See, guys, we can configure routing, no problem, because it's a firewall, it's an L3 device. So we can configure routing. It's required. See, for example, if I'm working in a small network, I have a single firewall box, and I want to connect my firewall box with internet in case. So yes, I need to configure default routing or static routing or any dynamic routing option I need to use. But it's a firewall. So our focus is on firewall feature, to utilize firewall feature. But yes, in interface configuration, we can also discuss one more concept. After physical and logical interface configuration, we can focus on routing. I'm not telling you what is static routing, default routing, what is dynamic RIP, EIGRP, OSP. No, it's not our task. Here I'm telling you how to configure it. So you can learn how to configure static routing, how to configure default routing, how to configure dynamic routing. Dynamic routing, for example, what we have in dynamic routing, for example, you have RIP, right? RIP protocol, EIGRP, OSPF. But this is not our task, okay? I will give you the option. I will give you the idea how to configure for connectivity. Clear, Mustafa?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So after interface configuration, we will get an idea about how to configure physical interfaces, how to configure logical interfaces, how to configure routing option. We can get an idea. After that, we can go on to the module number 5, and it's related with 2 topics. In module number 5, you can focus on 2 concepts. You can focus on 2 concepts. It's called security policy, and second is called NAT policy. So we have 2 topics here in module number 5. What is security policy? See, in Palo Alto Firewall box, you can say security policy. In Fortinet, you can say firewall policy. In Checkpoint Firewall box, you can say access control policy. In Cisco FTD, you can say access policy. In Cisco ASA Firewall box, you can say ACL concept. ACL. So it's the same. To allow our traffic. See, guys, wait. Right now, we are working with Palo Alto, right? So Palo Alto, see, remember always, Palo Alto, Checkpoint Firewall box, and Cisco FTD. These are what? These are JBF firewall box. These are called JBF. It's called zone-based firewall. What is zone-based firewall box? I will tell you. Okay, I will tell you later. We will discuss in our security policy configuration. But right now, I'm giving you the basic idea. In case if you guys are working with any zone-based firewall, so the concept is, if you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, for example, this is your Palo Alto, this side is your LAN zone, this side is, it's called your WAN zone. So if you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, you need to configure security policy. Fortinet is not a zone-based firewall. Cisco ASA, it's not a zone-based firewall. Okay. Palo Alto, Checkpoint, Cisco FTD, they all are working with JBF concept. It's called zone-based firewall. So if you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, from LAN to WAN, or from WAN to LAN, or from WAN to DMZ, you need to configure security policy. So how to create security policy rule in case if I'm working in a big network, I want to create 500 policies rule, how to work with these policies, how to arrange, how to delete, how to edit. Yes, we will discuss security policy concept. Okay, but security policy concept, it's only you can use to allow your traffic from one zone to another zone. But see guys, if traffic is traveling from private network to public network, we need one more concept here. It's called NAT, right? We need translation. Yes or no? Veer,
Yes.
Mustafa, if traffic is traveling from private network to public network, what we require translation method. We
Right.
need to translate our IP address. So here in module number 5, we can focus on NAT policy for translation. And in that, see guys, we are familiar with, if you guys remember Pcnse classes, Pcnse concept, so we all are familiar with static NAT, right? Dynamic NAT concept, and what PAT?
That.
PAT. But in firewall, we will discuss two type of NAT. The first one is called SNAT. It's called source NAT. And second is called DNAT concept. It's called destination NAT. So here we will focus on source NAT concept, destination NAT concept. So what is the scenario where we can use source NAT concept, where we can configure source NAT, and what is the scenario to use DNAT concept? We have a topic. I will tell you with theoretical, with practical implementation. I will tell you. See, in source NAT, you can discuss static NAT option, dynamic NAT, and PAT. So remember always these are called source NAT. So static, dynamic, PAT configuration. These are what? These are the source NAT example. What is destination NAT? I will tell you in class. But right now I'm giving you the basic idea. In NAT, we can focus on two type of NAT option, source NAT and destination NAT. Okay, so to allow our traffic from one zone to another zone, yes, we have a security policy. To translate our private IP address into public IP, yes, we have a NAT policy. So with this after module number 5, you will get an idea how to allow traffic through Palo Alto Firewall. Now, so as per your security policy, see, here we have a firewall. Here we have a firewall, and as per your security policy, traffic is traveling. For example, this is inside machine, and he's trying to go on to the outside. He's trying to access the server. So as per your security policy, you have a security policy rule, and as per your security policy rule, traffic is traveling from LAN to WAN. Traffic is traveling LAN to WAN. So this inside machine, he's trying, let's take example, this inside machine, he's trying to download a file from this outside server. He's trying to download a file. And maybe this file is infected with some malicious code. Maybe. As per your security policy, your firewall will check what? As per your security policy, your firewall will check source IP, destination IP, source zone, destination zone, then allow traffic. Traffic is traveling. But maybe this inside machine, he's trying to download within a session, he's trying to download malicious information. Malicious information. Then your security policy cannot block this connection, cannot block this malicious information. No. What you need to do, you need to discuss content ID. You need to create security profiles here. You need to create security profiles. So here we can discuss next generation firewall feature. Next generation firewall feature. What we can do, we can create security profile, and these profiles we can attach with our security policy. For example, right now, as per this discussion, I need to create antivirus profile. We can create multiple profiles here. Okay, what are these? I will tell you in detail. Okay, but right now I'm giving you the basic idea. We can create antivirus profile. We can create anti-spyware profile. We can create vulnerability protection, then file blocking, then URL filtering, profiles. So these are what security profiles. Right now, I'm trying to create antivirus profile and I can attach with our security policy. As per your antivirus profile, now your firewall can detect within a session, your firewall can detect malicious information. Behalf of antivirus signature database, your firewall can detect viruses and can take action. Clear my point, Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer?
Yeah.
See guys, we have a dedicated session for each security profile option. See, we have a dedicated session for each security profile. So module number 7 and module number 8, these topics are related with security profile. We can create security profiles. These are next generation firewall features. We can create and we can attach with security policy. Now, Palo Alto is a next generation firewall box. So yes, this firewall can detect applications. For example, in your organization, you want to block Facebook application. You want to block Facebook chat, for example. You want to block LinkedIn application. You want to block all gaming category application. Yes, you can do. You can do this with app ID concept. So in Palo Alto, we have a concept is called application identification. You can say app ID. In Fortinet, you can say application control. Okay, here you can say application identification. So your firewall can detect application and can take an action as per your configuration. So you want to monitor, you want to block, you want to allow, it's up to you. So app ID, through app ID, firewall can detect application, can take an action. With security profiles option, your firewall can detect malicious information, malware, spyware, okay, Trojan attack. So these module number 7 and 8, these topics are related with security profiles. Now, after that, we can go on to the decryption. Why decryption is required? Why decryption is required in Palo Alto? See, I told you, we have a Palo Alto box, and as per your security policy, traffic is traveling, no problem. As per your security policy, traffic is traveling. This inside machine can communicate to outside. And yes, one more option. I'm using antivirus profile this time because we know now as per content ID, as per security profile. See, and we can create antivirus profile, and this antivirus profile can detect viruses. So, for example, this inside machine is trying to download virus information. He's trying to download malicious information. So your antivirus profile can detect and can take an action. But here we have some drawback. Here we have some drawback in antivirus profile. If this complete connection is HTTP, then yes, your antivirus profile can detect and can take action. But if this connection is Jatinder, HTTP, Veer, Mustafa, clear my point, everyone?
Right.
Yes.
But the point is what? See, in case if this connection is not HTTP, if this connection is HTTPS, then this complete traffic is encrypted. This complete traffic is encrypted, and your antivirus profile, you have up-to-date signature. You have up-to-date antivirus signature, but your antivirus profile cannot detect because this complete connection is HTTPS. So remember always, if inside machine is trying to download malicious information through HTTPS connection, your antivirus profile cannot detect. That is the issue. That is the problem. Mustafa, clear?
Yes, sir.
So in that case, what we can do, we can create a decryption policy. The good thing with the Palo Alto is what we can create decryption policy, like security policy, NAT policy. We can create decryption policy. So Palo Alto can decrypt HTTPS connection, guys. It's a great feature. The Palo Alto Firewall can decrypt HTTPS connection. What you can do, you can decrypt, you can create a decryption policy. As per decryption policy, your Palo Alto Firewall box can decrypt HTTPS connection, then it will look like normal HTTP. And once it will look like normal HTTP, then yes, your antivirus profile can detect and now can take action. So that is the great feature. What is decryption policy?
So this is not available in Fortinet and FTT, sir?
No, in Fortinet we have Mustafa. It's called deep inspection. If you remember your Fortinet classes, in firewall policy, there is a concept. When you add your security profile, Mustafa, there is an option, deep inspection.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay, everyone, clear my point? Veer, Jatinder?
Yes.
So with decryption policy, we can decrypt Palo Alto firewalls can decrypt HTTPS connection. So yes, we can focus on decryption policy. After that, Wildfire. In Palo Alto, you can say Wildfire concept. In other vendor, for example, in Fortinet, you can say sandboxing technology. So what is Wildfire? See guys. See, for example, I told you, as per our antivirus signature, our antivirus profile can detect malicious information within a session and can take a action. Perfect, no problem. But in case if this attack, for example, this inside machine is trying to download malicious information, and the file is infected with malicious code, and this is a new attack, it's a latest attack, and you don't have signature in your Palo Alto box, you don't have signatures about this attack, for example, it's a latest attack, it's a brand new attack, then your antivirus profile cannot detect, and this inside machine is infected. In this scenario, this is called 0-day attack. This is called what? 0-day attack. When you don't have signatures about the attack, maybe it's a latest attack. So this is called what? 0-day attack. So to prevent 0-day attack, we can use a technology, we can discuss Wildfire concept. Into this training, we can focus on the concept only. Wildfire is a separate device. If you go and check on Palo Alto website, it's a dedicated box, everyone. But here I will tell you the concept. Yes?
But I have seen this Wildfire license in the Palo Alto.
Exactly. But see, license you can use to send your file to Wildfire cloud only, Jatinder.
Okay. I mean if we need the information for any latest the vulnerability, in that this Wildfire license can help us, right?
See, Wildfire license is required when you want to send your copy of the packet. For example, you can connect your Palo Alto with cloud, with Wildfire public cloud. So to create a connection, what you need? You need Wildfire license, Jatinder.
Okay.
But see, we have two options, Jatinder. Either you can go with the public Wildfire cloud or you can go with the private Wildfire cloud. Private Wildfire cloud is what? It's a device, it's a product. Okay, so no need to go with the public cloud connection, or not required. In case if you want to use a Wildfire product, so you can purchase, you can deploy in your network. Jatinder.
Okay.
Clear now?
Yes.
Now, so we can focus on what is Wildfire concept, how it's work, what is the operation, what is the method. We can discuss two scenarios, okay, in Wildfire. Now, user ID concept. What is user ID? See guys, as per our security policy, this inside machine is traveling to outside. So I have a security policy rule, and in my security policy rule, my source zone is LAN, destination zone is WAN, and source IP address, for example, 200.0/24. Destination is area. So I have some information in my security policy, and now traffic is permit. Traffic is permit. Traffic is traveling. And this policy name is called Rule 1, for example. This is security policy rule name. So as per this rule 1, traffic is traveling. But now, if I want to verify log message, if I go and check my log or traffic information, if someone will hit onto this rule, so in log, I can get only IP address information. You can see as per your policy, what you want to check your source zone, your destination zone. It means LAN or WAN, source IP, destination IP, and now traffic is traveling. So in log message, what you can get only IP address information. Source IP you can say, destination IP you can say only. But you don't have full visibility. You don't have full visibility. For example, maybe onto this machine, there are multiple users. There are multiple users working onto this PC, maybe 2 or 3 users. So you don't know which user is trying to access a malicious file, which user is trying to click onto this malicious URL or malicious link. You don't know. You have only IP address information. So you don't have full visibility. That is the issue. In that case, we can go with the user ID concept. What we can do, we go with the user ID concept. We can add user account information with our security policy rule. So if inside machine is trying to access, your firewall will check user information with IP address. It will check user information also. So for user ID, there is a 2 options. Either you can create user account in local database, or you can go with the remote authentication server. So we have multiple remote authentication servers like Radius, or you can go with the TechX, or you can go with the LDAP. So we have multiple remote authentication server where you can create user account. So my point is what we can attach our user account information with our firewall policy for full visibility. So with IP address, now I have user account information. So now we have a session to discuss user ID concept in detail. Now chapter number 12 and 13, these 2 topics are related with VPN concept. Virtual private network. So here first I will tell you what is the VPN, why we are using, and what is the feature to use VPN concept. What is the feature? What is phase 1? What is phase 2? What is ESP protocol? What is AH? What is encryption, hashing, authentication, pre-share method? We'll discuss everything. So first we can focus on the basic idea about the VPN. After that, if you talk about implementation, so if you talk about implementation, so we have 2 types of VPN to discuss. First, we can talk about IPsec VPN. IPsec VPN we are using for site to site VPN connectivity. For example, if you have multiple branch office A, branch office B, branch office C, and if you want to connect these branch office with each other in a secure manner, like branch to branch connectivity over this public network, over this untrusted network, if you want to create a secure connection, so yes, you can go with the IPsec site to site VPN. So for site to site, you can go with the IPsec. But we have another kind of VPN. It's called remote access VPN. What is remote access VPN? In remote access VPN, this home user, you can say, or this remote user, This remote user, this home user, he has a simple Wi-Fi modem at his home, or you can say he has a simple internet connectivity. And this outside machine, he is trying to access company private resources. For example, here we have in our DMZ network, we have web server or DNS server or FTP server or SMTP server. This outside machine, he is trying to access company private resources over this public network, over this untrusted network. So he need to establish a connection first with his mobile phone, laptop, desktop, tablet. He need to create a connection first. And this connection is called remote access VPN connection. And once this connection will establish, then yes, he is allowed. He can access company private resources over this public network. And the complete traffic is encrypted in between his laptop and this VPN gateway device. This complete traffic is encrypted, is secured. So to configure side to side, we have IPsec, but to configure remote access, either you can go with the IPsec option or you can go with the SSL VPN. So you have two options for remote access VPN configuration. Either you can go with the IPsec or you can go with the SSL VPN option. We'll discuss both, no problem. We'll discuss both IPsec side to side and IPsec for remote access configuration. And for remote access, yes, we have two options, SSL and IPsec. Only this chapter number 12 and 13. Only these two topics will take minimum 5 to 6 hours. Only these two topics. 5 to 6 hours. Only chapter number 12 and 13. After that, we can go on to the monitoring. Why monitoring is required? Monitoring is required. See, once you configure everything is working fine. For example, you have a security policy to allow your traffic. You have a NAT policy to translate your private network into public. You have a routing configuration, for example. You have security profiles. Everything is working fine. VPN, side-to-side VPN tunnel is up. Now you want to monitor your traffic. If someone will hit on your policy, I want to verify. If someone will hit on my antivirus profile, I want to verify. If someone will hit on decryption policy, I want to verify. So here you can go with the monitoring and reporting. So if traffic is traveling through the firewall box or trying to hit onto the firewall box, this activity is recorded. Okay, and this activity will be stored into the log message. And this log message you can store, either you can store in a local database or you can store on a remote logging server. So here we can talk about logs. We can talk about logs. We can talk about traffic information, threat information. So here we are not configuring. In monitoring and reporting, we are not configuring anything. Here we are only verifying, trying to verify the information. If someone will hit on your URL filtering profile, if someone will hit on your antivirus profile, you can see the log message here. And I will tell you the two options. In case if you want to store your log in local database, for example. Local database means what? I want to store all my logs in Palo Alto Firewall. But in case if you want to send all your logs on a remote logging servers like syslog server or SNMP, so yes, I can tell you. I will show you with practical how to send your logs on syslog server. I will show you. So monitoring and reporting, in monitoring and reporting, we are not configuring anything. We are trying to verify only the information. Jatinder, clear? Mustafa, Veer?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, chapter number 15 it's related with high availability, or you can say failover concept. What is high availability or failover? See, for example, I'm working this Palo Alto Firewall. This firewall is connected with LAN side, WAN side. Everything is working fine into this topology. For example, here we have IP address on fast Ethernet 0/0 on 0/1. IP address, for example, 192.168.10.1. On WAN side, I'm using 23.1. So everything is working fine into this topology. You have a routing configuration here, policy here, NAT, okay, VPN, everything is working fine. You can see traffic is traveling. Traffic is traveling. But into this topology, you are working with single firewall device. You are working with single firewall device. In case if this box down, then you will lost your connectivity. Your LAN user, they cannot go onto the internet site, right? Jitendra, first of all.
Right.
So that's why what we can do, we can add one more firewall. We can add one more firewall. This is firewall box 2, this is firewall box 1. And if you add one more firewall box, so you need to change your topology. This is your switch number 2, this is your switch number 1. Right now, I'm giving you the basic idea. This is not a topic discussion, okay? So you can connect your ISP connection and LAN connection. So second firewall box I'm using for high availability. You can see here in our trading, we can focus on active, passive, high availability, but no problem. If you want to configure active, I will give you the idea. No problem. It's not a big deal. So what is active, passive? It's a mode, everyone. If you talk about high availability, HA concept. So we have two modes. Either you can go with the active, passive, high availability, or you can go with the active, high availability. These are what mode. Okay, one more thing. In between firewall box 1 and firewall box 2, we are using a link is called HA link. It's called high availability link. In case if you are working with Palo Alto, so you require two link. It's called HA1 and HA2. It's called control link. This is called data link. What is control link? What is data link? I will tell you in detail. But right now I'm giving you the basic idea. So we need two link. In case if you guys are working with Palo Alto, you require two link HA1, HA2. In case if you are working with Fortinet or Cisco firewall box, you require single failover link. But here at Palo Alto, you require two separate links. It's called HA1, HA2. HA1 is called control link, HA2 is called data link. So second firewall box I'm using for backup. So if you talk about active passive mode, one firewall box is acting as an active box and the second firewall box is acting as a passive. Passive means what? It's a backup. Jitendra, Veer, Mustafa, passive means what? It's a backup firewall box.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So in active passive mode, all the traffic is traveling via this active firewall box. It's called forwarded firewall box. All the traffic is traveling via active box. In case if active box down, then this passive box will become active. And now automatically traffic is traveling via this side. This is called what? Active passive high availability. In active passive high availability, you can utilize only one firewall box into your configuration, into your high availability. Only one firewall box at a time. It means this device is acting as active, this device is acting as a passive.
So question is, if there is any specific traffic which I want to move via passive device, so is there any possibility in the Palo Alto?
No, you need to go with the active.
Okay.
This is a copy, Jitendra, okay? It's a complete inactive passive. It's a complete copy of this firewall box.
Okay, got it.
If you are configuring IP address here, same IP address is available. 192.168.10.1. And same IP address is available here on WAN interface 10.1.23. But this box you cannot utilize because this box mode is what? Passive. It's a complete firewall box 1, Jitendra.
Yes, but actually why I have raised this question, because there is another one cable connected between both the Palo Alto, like data link cable.
Okay, these are only for high availability information exchange. This is only for high availability information.
Okay.
Okay, this is the link. For example, control link for hello packet and data link for data traffic information. For example, if traffic is traveling, if traffic is traveling through the firewall box, then firewall is what? Firewall is Palo Alto is a stateful firewall device. If traffic is traveling, then firewall will maintain the state of connection, and this state of connection information you can send via this HA2 link. Clear?
Okay.
Through control link, your firewall box 1 is sending only hello packet information, HA status information.
Actually, I was confused in the DL link. So that's
Sorry?
I'm saying I was confused with the DL link. So I thought that the DL link belongs to the traffic passing.
No, it's not a traffic.
Okay, got it.
Through data link, firewall box 1 will send IP security, association information, ARP table information, okay, connection table information. I will tell you, okay, in configuration.
Okay.
But is that clear, the concept? In active passive, you can only utilize one firewall box, Ratindra.
Yes.
Okay. In case, if you want to utilize both the firewall box, guys, for example, if you want to utilize both the firewall box in the cluster, then you can go with the active. In active, you can use both the firewall box as a active box. Here we have a load balancing technique. So we can use both the device as an active. So some traffic I'm sending via firewall box 1, other traffic you can send via firewall box 2. So this is called active concept. Only this high availability, this concept will take minimum 2 to 3 hours. Minimum 3 to 4 hours, you can say. So this is called high availability. Now, chapter number 16, here I can share some dumb questions. You can do some practice. If you have any problem, you can discuss with me. So these are the modules. Module number 1, module number 16. Now let's start our topic, everyone. So can we take a break for 5 minutes? Mustafa, Jitendra, Veer. Let's take a break, everyone. 5-minute break. Then we can start at 10:25. Please turn off your mic, everyone.
Okay.
Please turn off your mic. Everyone, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Jatinder, Mustafa. Let's just start our topic now, everyone.
I am back now.
Okay. So now let's start our discussion with platform and architecture. So like other vendor, we need to know the hardware module, right? Hardware model for my organization. So these are the models. These are the models are available in Palo Alto Firewall. See, if in case if you are working in a data center or in a big enterprise organization, so you can go with the PA7000, 5200 or 5000 series of the firewall box. In medium-sized network, yes, you can go with the PA3000 series, 800 and 500. Guys, these are some examples. Okay, if you go and check on Palo Alto website, you can get other series also. So right now in my slide, I have some examples. So PA3000, 800, 500, you can use for a medium size of the network, and for small organization, you can go with the PA200 series of the firewall box, like PA200 or PA220. Let me show you this physical device, this physical hardware. Palo Alto 200. So this is the example, everyone. This is the example for PA200 firewall box. PA200, you can see in PA200 firewall box, you can get 4 data interfaces. These are what? Data interfaces. Data interface. And you have 1 management port. So what you can do, you can connect your management PC, management laptop or desktop with this management port, and you can access this complete firewall box. You can manage this complete firewall box with this management port. Like you can manage through SSH, you can manage through telnet, you can manage through graphical page. Console, yes, like other devices, we have a console port. So for first time configuration, yes, we can use console. So you can see, guys, if in case if I have PA200 firewall box, so I have 4 data interfaces. If you go with the PA220, PA220, so you can see, guys, we have 8 data interfaces. 8 data interfaces. 1 port is dedicated for management and 1 port is dedicated for console. So you can, like this, you can search other series. So what we have these firewall box. PA200 we can use for a small organization. PA3000, 800, 500 we can use for a medium size of network. And for data center or for large deployment, we can go with the PA5000 or 7000 series. See, these are some example, everyone. If you want to know about product information, if you want to know about other firewall series, so you can go to the paloaltonetworks.com/product/secure the network/next generation firewall. So let's talk about capabilities, for example. Capabilities, see, here we have some example. You can start your discussion with PA200, like small firewall device. In case if you have PA200, so you can get firewall throughput 100 Mbps. PA200 will provide you firewall throughput 100 Mbps, and 50 Mbps is dedicated for threat prevention technique. What is threat prevention technique? So if you remember, guys, I told you, if you remember, we can create profiles, right? We can create antivirus profile, we can create URL filtering profile. So in content ID, you can discuss what is threat prevention technique. What is threat prevention technique? But right now I'm giving you idea. You can see with this box what we have. 50 Mbps is dedicated for threat prevention technique. 64,000 session this firewall can support, and we have 4 copper gigabit port onto this PA200. If you want to go for the higher series, like for example PA500, so this will provide you 250 Mbps firewall throughput. 100 Mbps is dedicated for threat prevention technique. It supports 64,000 sessions and 8 copper gigabit port. You can go for the higher. If it's required, PA3000, PA3050, PA5020, for example. This can provide you 5 Gbps firewall throughput, 2 Gbps dedicated for threat prevention technique, and it can support approx 10 lakh sessions. 12 copper gigabit port and 8 SFP port. So these are the physical hardware. In case like other vendor, for example in Cisco, we have Cisco ASA and ASA with a small v. So in ASA, either you can go with the physical box or you can go with the VM firewall box. It's a complete firewall, everyone. ASA with a small v, it's a complete firewall. This firewall box you can deploy in a data center in a virtualization scenario. So like other vendor, Palo Alto is giving you the option for VM firewall box. Either you can go with the physical boxes or you can go with the VM firewall box. Everyone see, this is the series for VM firewall box: PAVM 500, PAVM 1000, HV 300, 100, and PAVM 50. Jatinder, clear my point? Mustafa, Veer, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so these are the hardware. These are some examples, everyone. You can go and check on Palo Alto website. You can get some other series. You can get some complete feature information you can get. Now, we need to discuss about architecture of the Palo Alto firewall box. Architecture. We need to know the architecture now. So this is your complete firewall box. Mustafa, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, this is your complete firewall box. This is PA200, you can say. Complete Palo Alto box. And this complete Palo Alto box is divided into 2 different planes. It's called control plane and data plane. Control plane and data plane. So right now, our topic is what? We need to discuss. We are trying to focus on SP3 architecture. You can say Palo Alto SP3 architecture. What is the topic? SP3, single path parallel processing. So in SP3 architecture, we are talking about first control plane and data plane. So your complete Palo Alto firewall box is divided into 2 different planes. It's called control plane and data plane. In control plane, you will get a dedicated CPU, RAM, hard disk, dedicated. And your management port, yes, P, any question?
No.
Okay. So see, your management port is a part of control plane. Remember always, your management port is a part of control plane. So you can connect your management PC with control plane. Data plane for data traffic like LAN interface, WAN interface, DMZ interface. Okay, so what is data plane? In data plane, what we have? In data plane, we have 3 separate processors. You can say 3 separate engine in data plane. What we have? We have signature match processor, engine, signature match processor, multi-core security processor, and networking processor. So in data plane, we have 3 separate processors. And now if traffic is going to hit onto the firewall ingress interface, for example, traffic is coming from LAN site. So if traffic is going to hit on any ingress interface, then what firewall will do? Firewall will create a copy of this packet. It will create 3 copies of this packet and then send it to each processor. Now what they will do? They will do processing. They will do parallel processing. It's not one by one task. It's not a one by one task. Like if you if you guys are familiar with the UTM devices. Any idea about UTM? Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer?
No, sir.
No problem, no problem. See, there was devices called UTM, Unified Threat Management. So the single box you can deploy, single box for multiple solution, you can say. So companies, they were using this UTM device. The single box can provide you multiple features. For example, into this box, you have routing features. Into this box, you have firewall feature. Into this box, you have IPS technology, antivirus, other engines, for example. So no need to purchase separate boxes for different features. With UTM technology, your single box can handle multiple tasks. It means in single box, you have multiple engine. So in that case, if traffic is trying to hit on any ingress interface, so in UTM box, if traffic is going to hit on any ingress interface, so for example, this routing engine, it will do some processing. Let's take example, it will take 1 second to process your traffic. Once it will process the traffic, then it will send to the next engine, it will send to the next engine, that it will send to the next engine, then next engine. Let's take an example, everyone. If every engine is taking 1 second to process your traffic, so it's required 5 seconds to process your traffic, right? Clear the issue? Because it's a one-by-one process. Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer, it's a one-by-one process.
Yeah, right.
But so that was the issue. That's why Palo Alto is not using this concept. Palo Alto is using SP3 architecture. It's called single path parallel processing. It means if any traffic is going to hit onto this ingress interface, then firewall will create 3 copies of this packet, 3 copies, and it will send to the each engine, and they will process this traffic parallelly. It's not a one-by-one process. See, we have 3 engines: signature match processor, multi-core security processor, and networking processor. So they will process the traffic parallelly. It's not a one-by-one. That's why it's called parallel processing. So they are processing your traffic parallelly. So it will take only 1 second to process your traffic. Right, Mustafa? Veer, Jatinder?
Yes.
Mustafa, can you hear me?
As of now, only Palo Alto giving this feature, right?
No, Jatinder. Every vendor is using now. But this architecture is developed by Palo Alto.
So I worked with the Fortinet, but that time it was not there in the Fortinet.
No, every device now using this kind of architecture. See, there are some differences, Jatinder. In every vendor, they have some different features, but they are processing your traffic parallelly. Okay. I'm not saying Fortinet is using same kind of architecture. No. But my point is what they are processing your traffic parallelly. Okay. So now let's talk about in detail. Okay, let's talk about in detail about SP3 architecture. Okay, so SP3 is called single pass parallel processing. So I told you guys, your Palo Alto firewall box, your Palo Alto is divided into 2 different planes. It's called control plane and data plane. In control plane, your management is a part of control plane. So in control plane, we have management processor. Now, in data plane, what we have? Networking processor, security processor, and content processor. Don't confuse. Content processor is called what? The signature match processor is also called content processor. So don't confuse, both are the same. So what we have, three processor in data plane: networking processor, security processor, and content processor. So let's talk about each processor task, what they can do. So networking processor is responsible for routing, flow lookup, status counting, NAT configuration, and similar functions are performed on network specific hardware. So all routing related tasks, NAT related tasks is performed by networking processor. Okay, now user ID, app ID, policy configuration. Okay, these are the part of multi-core security processor. Encryption, decryption is a part of multi-core security processor. Now content ID. So here we have a dedicated topic for content ID, chapter number 7 and chapter number 8. These two topics are related with content ID concept. Content ID. So for content ID, you can say for security profile, we have a dedicated engine is called content ID processor, or you can say signature match processor. Now, what about control plane? So in control plane, we have a dedicated management processor for management related tasks. Jatinder, clear? Mustafa, Veer, everyone?
Yes.
What is SP3 architecture? If traffic is going to hit on Palo Alto Firewall box, then firewall will create a copy of the packet. It will create 3 copies of the packet and then send it to the each processor, each engine. And they will do parallel processing. They will do parallel processing. That's why this is called single path parallel processing. Now, let's talk about again control plane and data plane. Let's talk about again. So what is control plane again? Palo Alto is divided into 2 different planes. It's called control plane and data plane. Let's talk about control plane again. So control plane only for to traffic, everyone, to the firewall box. Only for to traffic used for management. In case if you are working with high availability, so for its control plane is also responsible for high availability, responsible for HA, session synchronization. I told you in between firewall box 1, firewall box 2, what you have? High availability link. So here we have control link and data link. So all session synchronization is responsible for control plane. Logging, for example, here we have a Palo Alto box, and this side we have a switch. With switch we have a management PC, and okay, let's go with the management PC right now. So we have management PC, MT PC. So logging, if someone will hit on your firewall, if any activity is happen on your firewall, so you can send your logs on remote logging server. So let's take an example. You have your remote logging server on your control plane side, where you have control plane. This is your control plane scenario, control plane. So by default, this logging is a part of control plane. So here we have a syslog server, for example, or we have SNMP server, for example. But see, it's a default concept. Maybe in your network, you have your SNMP or syslog server onto DNZ side, maybe. So I will tell you how to, in case if a logging server is a part of DMZ network, so how to configure, I will tell you. But by default, loggings are related with control plane. It's a part of control plane, but you can change this behavior. Signature update. Palo Alto is a next generation firewall. So if you want to use next generation firewall feature, so yes, you need to download latest signatures from updates.paloaltonetworks.com. So what we need, see, signature update is a part of control plane. So what we need? I need a separate ISP connection. This is Wi-Fi modem. I need a separate Wi-Fi connection for my Palo Alto. Okay, so what we have? This is management port, MGMT port. So like this PC, if this PC is trying to go on google.com or trying to go on internet site, it's required IP address, mask, gateway, DNS entry, same. If this Palo Alto box is trying to go on outside, trying to download latest signature update from updates.paloaltonetworks.com, this box is also required IP address, mask, gateway, DNS entry. So in control plane, you need to attach your separate internet connection in control plane to download latest signature update. But maybe in your organization, you don't have multiple ISP connection. Maybe you have ISP connection on your data interface, right? Jatinder, Mustafa, maybe you have your ISP connection on data interface side.
Yes.
So you can change this behavior, everyone. No problem. I will show you. You can change this behavior. For example, I want to download latest signature update from with this data interface. So yes, you can do this. No problem. You will change this behavior. I will tell you. Now, what about data interface? Data interface is used for through traffic. For example, your LAN interface is a data interface. Your DMZ is a data interface. Your outside is a data interface. Now, Palo Alto operating system is known as PAN-OS, like 14.8.40 Checkpoint Gaia operating system, Cisco iOS. So here in Palo Alto operating system is known as PAN-OS, and it's a Linux-based operating system. Palo Alto is an object-oriented firewall. Not only Palo Alto, 14.8, ASA, FTD, Checkpoint, Cisco, Palo Alto, these are what? These are the zone-based firewall. No, sorry. I mistake. I'm talking about object-oriented first. So your Cisco ASA, 14.8, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, FTD, these are what? These are the object-oriented firewall. These are object. What is object? So into these firewall blocks, we can create object here, and these objects we can use in our configuration. What is the object? How to create? I will tell you in configuration. But remember always, ASA, 14.8, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, FTD, these are what? These are object-oriented firewall. Now, Palo Alto is a zone-based firewall box. So Palo Alto, Checkpoint, and Cisco FTD, they are what? They are zone-based firewall. So I told you guys, remember, if you want to allow traffic from one zone, for example, if you want to allow traffic from LAN zone to WAN zone, so you need to configure security policy. So in zone-based firewall box, if you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, you need to configure a security policy. Everything you need to configure manually. My point is what? For example, if you are working with Cisco ASA, so Cisco ASA is not a zone-based firewall box. In Cisco ASA, it's work with a concept is called security level. And here what we have a concept? Traffic is by default allowed from higher security level to lower security level. No need to configure any policy. It's a by default allowed from higher security level to lower security level on Cisco ASA firewall. But on Palo Alto, no. Everything is denied. If you want to allow anything, if you want to allow traffic from LAN to WAN, WAN to LAN, WAN to DMZ, you need to configure policy manually. Jatinder, Mustafa, we clear?
Okay.
Okay, so now interfaces should be configured to the respective zone. So yes, we can create multiple zone like LAN zone, WAN zone, and we can put our interface to their respective zone. Okay, by default, any services like ping, SSH, and HTTPS are not enabled on data interfaces. So this is your data interface. This is your data interface. DMG is a data interface. So by default, nothing is allowed. Everything is denied onto this interface. For example, if you connect your PC, okay, here is the IP address. If you are using same series of IP address here, and if you're trying to ping your directly connected gateway, you cannot ping, because by default, every service is denied onto this interface. It's the same, like Mustafa, remember your 48 classes? You need to attach your services, right? Remember interface configuration on 48?
Yes.
You need
Allow
to
access.
attach your services, right? Same. So here data on data interfaces, nothing is allowed. Okay, what about management port? What about management port? So on management port, by default, onto this port, by default, ping, SSH, and HTTPS. These services are enabled by default. So from this management PC, you can ping. If you want to access this firewall box, so you can manage through SSH. For CLI, for graphical, you can use HTTP services. So by default, it's enabled on management port. Security policy should be configured to communicate between multiple zones. So if you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, so you need to configure security policy. And remember always, traffic is always unidirectional from source to destination. So if you want to allow traffic from LAN to WAN, you need to configure separate policy. And if you want to allow traffic from WAN to LAN, you need to configure separate policy. So traffic is always unidirectional. In case if you have policy-based forwarding, so here we have a concept is called what? Policy-based routing, you can say, or policy-based forwarding. So if there is any entry in policy-based forwarding, this can be done which overrides security policy. So what is policy-based forwarding? I will tell you in the configuration. But the point is what? If any configuration is available, if any entry available in policy-based forwarding, so it's not going to check your security policy rule. It will check policy-based forwarding and can allow the traffic. It's not going to check any traffic information in security policy. What is policy-based forwarding? I will tell you. Give me some time. Okay, so now we need to talk about packet flow. Guys, let's discuss this packet flow tomorrow, everyone. Okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's discuss this packet flow tomorrow, and tomorrow we can do our session at 9 a.m. Is it good?
Yeah, it's fine.
9 a.m. IST time.
Okay.
Veer, Jatinder.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sharing this today's session video in evening because I have another batch right now. So I will share in afternoon, no problem. Please share your email ID everyone in group, and we can set up our lab. See, this Saturday and Sunday, today and tomorrow, we will discuss only the topic, and I will set up the lab. I can help you guys to set up the lab on 18. I'm not available, but yes, I'm available on 19. So we can set up our lab on 19. Okay, everyone. So today and tomorrow, we will focus on topic. Jatinder,
Okay.
Veer, Mustafa.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye, everyone. Take care, guys.
But I have a question actually. I mean, do you have any video in which you have explained the lab configuration kind of thing,
Yes,
so that
yes.
we can?
I can share Jatinder. No problem.
Yeah, please send it.
And
I can share another batch lab setup video. No problem.
Sure. We'll try our own self. If we stuck somewhere, then we'll get back to you.
Sure. Okay. Bye, everyone. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Take care. Bye.
Please turn off your mic, everyone. If you have any question, you can unmute. No problem. So remember our last discussion, everyone, control plane, data plane, this discussion.
yes, sir.
Okay. Now we can talk about today, it's called packet flow. See, right now I'm giving you the basic idea about the packet flow, but if you go in deep, so we have a topic here to discuss our packet flow in Palo Alto Firewall. See, we have a proper concept. We can discuss this concept, how traffic is traveling through the Palo Alto Firewall box. But right now I'm giving you the basic idea about packet flow, how traffic is traveling through the Palo Alto Firewall box. So let's start our discussion. So this is our complete Palo Alto Firewall box. Mustafa, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
This is our complete Palo Alto Firewall box. And now, everyone, if traffic is going to hit on any ingress interface, then Palo Alto Firewall box will do initial packet processing first. It will first do initial packet processing in background. What is initial packet processing? In initial packet processing, your Palo Alto Firewall box will identify source zone information. It's trying to verify source zone or source IP address information. For example, here's a machine, inside machine, and this is your firewall. Okay, so this inside machine is trying to communicate with a server is called 8.8.8.8. So this traffic will go and hit onto the firewall box. Palo Alto Firewall box will do initial packet processing. In initial packet processing, your Palo Alto Firewall box is trying to verify or identify source IP address. So let's take example. Source IP address is 192.168.10.10. And he's trying to communicate with 8.8.8. So this traffic will go and hit onto the firewall box. So firewall can verify, okay, this is the source IP address. And this traffic is coming from LAN zone. So two information your firewall can identify, can verify source zone and source address. After that, it's a firewall device. It's a NAT mode firewall. So to go on any destination IP address, firewall will verify routing table information. Is there any entry available in my routing table to go on to this 8.8.8? So for example, you are using default route. Let's take example. You are using default route. So firewall will verify will check forwarding lookup or policy-based forwarding. What is policy-based forwarding? I will tell you in configuration. But the point is what? Firewall will verify routing table information, forwarding lookup information. So as per entry, firewall can identify, okay, I have an entry to go on any unknown dash. Let's take example, guys. You are using default route towards ISP. So firewall can identify, okay, for any unknown destination, I have a gateway. Gateway is what? Gateway, for example, 10.1.23.10 and exit interface is fast Ethernet 0/1. So firewall can identify, okay, gateway is this and exit interface is this. And this exit interface, Mustafa, is a part of destination zone. Yatinder, Veer, clear my point?
Yes.
So behalf of
No. Can you repeat this again?
Okay, no problem. See, traffic will go and hit onto the firewall box. Firewall will verify source IP address information and source zone information. After that, to go on to this particular destination, 8.8.8, firewall will verify, is there any entry available in my routing table? Is there any entry available to go on to this destination?
Okay.
So firewall has a default route towards ISP. You are using default routing. So default routing syntax is what, Jatinder? Any network,
Going anywhere.
next hop IP, yes or no?
Yes.
So for example, 23.10 is a next hop IP. behalf of this next hop IP address, your firewall can identify, okay, this is the exit interface. Because if you check your routing table, you will get what? You will get next hop IP and exit interface information, right?
Right.
In routing table, if you check routing table information on Cisco router, what you have? You can get next hop IP and exit interface information, right?
Correct.
So as per exit interface information, firewall can identify, okay, this traffic is a part of, this interface is a part of WAN zone. So now firewall can identify what? Destination zone. Clear?
Clear.
Very clear for you?
Yes, sir, clear.
Top of this exit interface, your firewall can identify destination zone. So now what firewall has? Source zone, destination zone. So it means traffic is coming from LAN side and trying to go on to the WAN side. So it means traffic is coming from private network, trying to go on to the public network. So we need translation. Now firewall will verify NAT policy. So it will check for the NAT policy. Is there any entry available for this traffic flow? Because traffic is trying to travel from private to public. So firewall will verify NAT policy, check NAT policy information. Then it will go for the security pre-policy. In security pre-policy, it will check allow port information. For example, services are allowed. Now traffic is trying to travel. If traffic is trying to travel, then it will create a session, because Palo Alto is a stateful firewall. Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, Cisco ASA, Cisco FTD. It's a stateful firewall device. So if traffic is traveling through the firewall box, firewall will maintain the state of connection in a table. And table is called what? Connection table, or you can say session table. So it will create session created. Right now, I'm not talking about this app ID option and this security profile option. Mustafa, wait, Jatinder. Because you guys don't know anything about app ID or security profile. So I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about the basic packet flow. Basic packet flow means what? If traffic will hit onto the firewall box, firewall will verify traffic is coming from which zone, trying to go onto the which zone. NAT policy will verify if there is a NAT route. For example, traffic is traveling from LAN to WAN. So this is the traffic flow. So is there any entry available in NAT? So if entry available, then NAT policy applied, and then it will forward the packet to the egress interface. Clear now? This basic packet flow, Jatinder, Mustafa.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now see. Now let's try to access our firewall device. So this is just example, everyone. Okay, this is just example. I have a Palo Alto firewall box, and this interface I'm using as a management port. So what I can do, I can connect my management PC. I can connect my management PC with this management port. By default, we have an IP address. Onto this port. By default IP address is 192.168.1.1. Default username is admin. Default password is admin. And if you don't have any IP address, no problem. I can show you how to configure it. In case if you don't have any IP address on your management port. So how to configure? Wait. So here I have a small topology for basic lab, everyone. Veer, Jatinder, Mustafa.
Okay.
I have a small topology, everyone, for basic lab. Small topology means what? I have one Palo Alto firewall box and one management PC. That's it. 2 devices. Palo Alto firewall and management PC. So you can open this Palo Alto firewall box console. This is what? Console page. Once you start your Palo Alto box, it will take time. 5 to 10 minutes, it will take time. After that, you will get this login page. Login page, username is what? Admin. password admin, you can log in. Now you are in Palo Alto Firewall box. Here you can type multiple commands. See, you can type question mark, you can get command information. So let's verify our IP address information on management port first. So show interface management is a command. Show interface management to verify IP address information on management port. So you can see, guys, IP address is unknown. So right now there is no any IP address onto this management port. No IP, no mask, no gateway. So let's try to configure IP address on management port. So this is the console page. This is what console page. So to configure anything, you can go into the configuration mode. If you remember, guys, in Cisco, you can go into the global configuration mode to configure anything, right? In Fortinet, we can use a command configure. Same here, you need to go into the configuration mode. Now you can, yes, any question?
No.
Okay. So now I'm trying to configure IP address on management port. So set device config system type static. Why static? Because by default DHCP service is enabled onto this management port. It means if you connect your management port with any DHCP server, so this port can get IP address automatically. But right now I'm trying to configure IP address statically. That's why I'm using this method is called static. So let's try to configure IP address static. You can press enter. Now you can configure set device config system IP address. And I'm trying to configure 199.199.199.10.1. See, in my small topology, I'm using this series of IP in management side. So 199.199.199.1 net mask 255.255.255.0. Press enter. Whenever you configure anything in Palo Alto box, whenever you configure anything, if you want to save your configuration or if you want to live your configuration, you need to use a command commit. Mustafa, it's not a Fortinet.
Yes.
If you go into the Fortinet, if you click on OK button, only OK button, configuration is live. It's like a Juniper. Jatinder, it's like a Juniper. Guys, remember Juniper devices? Whenever you configure anything, you need to commit your configuration, right? Same.
No, okay.
Same. In Palo Alto, whenever you change anything, whenever you configure anything, if you want to save, you need to type a command commit. So I'm trying to save my configuration. I want to live my configuration. So this will take time. So let's go on to the management PC. This is our management PC. So let's check IP address information here, because I will manage this Palo Alto Firewall box from this PC. So I'm using 199.199.199.10. Same series of IP address I'm using. So configuration committed successfully. So there is no any error. Now, in case if you want to verify your information, IP address information on management port, so show interface management. You can see, guys, we are using 199 here, 199.199.1 and /24. So if I have a IP address, guys, I told you, remember, by default onto this management port, three services are enabled by default. Three services are enabled. Ping, right? Everyone, ping and SSH, with HTTPS, right? So in case if I'm trying to verify my connectivity from this management PC, If I'm trying to verify my connectivity, ping 199.199.199.1. If I'm trying to ping, I can ping. So if you have a connectivity, then you can open your browser, any browser. For example, I'm using Google Chrome. So you can open your browser and you can type here 199.1 HTTPS 199.199.199.1. So default username is admin and password is admin. Click on advanced, click on proceed. And this is your login page. Palo Alto Firewall box login page. So username is admin. Password is admin. If I'm trying to log in here, so I'm getting a warning page. I'm getting a warning page here. Your device is still configured with the default admin account credential. So try to change, okay, because right now you are using default username and default password. So try to change. This is the warning message. Now you can log in. So this login page will take time. So let's go on to the CLI console. So in case if you want to restart your Palo Alto Firewall box through CLI, command is request shutdown system. You can press enter. I'm not using this command, but you can use in your practical scenario. But this is the command: request shutdown system to shut down your Palo Alto Firewall box. Restart request restart system. You can press enter. For example, in case if I want to reset my firewall device, default factory reset. So command is request private data. Wait. Give me 2 minutes. Command is request system private data reset. Guys, this command you can use to reset your firewall box. I'm not using this command. You can press enter. It will ask you yes or no. And after that, it will restart. It will erase all your configuration. So for default factory reset, you can use this command, request system private data reset. Clear now, Jatinder, Veer, Mustafa?
Yes, clear.
Now let's go on to the graphical page. So this is your graphical page. You can click on close and you can see, guys, we have multiple options. We have multiple options, for example, dashboard, ACC, monitor, policy, object, network, devices. Multiple options are there. Let's start our discussion with dashboard first. Dashboard. So dashboard we are using for monitoring. We are using for
I'm not able to see the dashboard. I mean, I can see only the CLI window and the browser window.
Mustafa, you?
Yes, I can see.
Yes,
Veer?
I can also see.
Okay.
Okay, I think
I think
now I can see. I think there is some issue in the network. Okay,
Okay,
I
now?
can see. Yes, I'm able to see now.
So now see, this is your dashboard, guys. Dashboard we are using for monitoring. So let's talk about dashboard. So on dashboard, you can verify your general information. In general information, you can get device information, management IP address information, license information, software version, uptime. See, you can get device name, PAVM, this is default name, management IP address. We are using 199.199.1, mask, Now, wait. Model PA VM serial number is unknown. CPU ID, UU ID, license none. Okay, software version we are using 9.x. Uptime, you can see uptime. So some general information you can verify onto this dashboard page. Now system resources, yes, we have system resources information. See, management CPU and data plane CPU utilization. You can see here. Log in admin, so you can get administrators information. So yes, admin user is trying to manage this Palo Alto Firewall box through console and through graphical page. Data logs, so right now there is no any data log because traffic is not traveling. System log information, yes, you can get system logs information, system generated logs, configuration log information, logs information, ACC. It's a new firewall box, so right now we have limited information. Okay, now these are the default options on dashboard. If you want to add more information on your dashboard, so you can click on here. You can click on application. For example, I want to verify top application information. You can select, I want to verify top high risk application traveling through the Palo Alto box. In case if I want to verify interface information on dashboard, high availability information, you can add. Okay, I want to verify threat log information on dashboard, URL filtering log, you can see. You can arrange these options. For example, threat log and URL filtering log, I want to verify here. So you can arrange your information on dashboard. Clear now, Mustafa?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, I clear.
Now,
Okay.
now guys, let's click on device tab. Now let's click on device tab. If you click on device tab, you can click on setup. You can click on setup. In setup, you can go into the general setting. Right now, this is the path. Device, setup, and then management. So in management, you can go in general setting. For example, I want to change my host name. So you can click on here. You can click on edit. You can click on edit. And for example, I'm using PAVM. I'm using a name PA-VM5555. For example, login banner. Yes. Welcome to Palo Alto Firewall. You can set login banner. You can change time zone as per your requirement. You can click on OK. I told you guys, whenever you change anything, whenever you configure anything, you need to commit your configuration. So right now, this information is available onto this graphical page. It's not available or it's not live on Palo Alto Firewall. See, if you check here hostname information, so right now we have default hostname PAVM. Default hostname. So but I'm using what PAVM 555. So we need to commit our configuration. So here is the option commit. You can click on commit. You can click on commit button. See commit. So whenever you change anything, you can commit your configuration. See here we have some option. It's called operation commit, status active, result pending, progress report is 0%, detailed information. And if any warning message, you can get warning message here. Wait. So this will take time. Now you can go and verify your hostname information again. Now host name is changed, PAVM555, and you can see operation is commit, status is active, and result is now successful, and there is no any warning message. So whenever you change anything, you can commit your configuration. You can click on close. Now let's go on to the interface tab. So this is our management port, everyone. This is our management port. You can click onto this management interface. And let's take example. I want to change my IP address. Right now we are using 199.199.199.1, and I want to change. You can change here, no problem. Through graphical page, you can change. You can set gateway information. For example, gateway is 199.199.199.110. For example, you can set a gateway information. And these are the services. These are the services, everyone, you can enable or disable as per your requirement. Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer, I told you guys by default, these services are enabled. Remember?
Yes.
Everyone, HTTPS, SSH, and ping. Only these services are enabled onto this management port. Let's take example. I want to enable HTTP service. So you can just select this checkbox. Done. Done. You can click on OK. Now you get OK. Here we have one more information, permitted IP address. So you can add trusted host or trusted subnet information. For example, only this specific machine can access this Palo Alto Firewall. So yes, you can define here, for example, 199.199.199.45/32. It means only this specific machine can access this Palo Alto Firewall. So 45, you can click on OK. And now let's commit our configuration. Whenever you change anything, you need to commit. So you can commit your configuration, So this will take time. So let's verify IP address information this time. ipconfig 199.199.199.10 I'm using right now. Jatinder, right? Mustafa, Veer, right now I'm using 199.199.199.10. And as per our discussion, as per our configuration, only 45 can access. So let's close this. And now this time, I'm trying to ping again. Ping 199.199.1. So again, I'm trying to ping from this 199.199.199.10. And see, I'm not getting reply this time. See, I'm not getting reply. If you are trying to access through graphical page, 199.199.199.1, I cannot access because as per our configuration, only 45.45 can access this Palo Alto Firewall box. So, see, clear now? We cannot access. See, we are facing.
Yes.
Let's change IP address. See, web page is not available. Let's change IP address here. So, IP address, I'm configuring here 45.45. So 199.199.199.45, click on OK, click on close. So this time, if I'm trying to verify my connectivity, 45, this time if I'm trying to ping, I can ping. If I'm trying to access graphical page, I can. Click on advanced, click on proceed. Now I can access. I can ping, I can access. And see, remember our login banner, welcome to Palo Alto. This is login banner. So now username is admin. Password is admin. Click on OK. Okay, now, so let's go on to the, again, a device tab. Click on close, click on device tab. Interface. So to enable any services, for example, HTTP, you can just select this checkbox, Mustafa, Veer, just select this checkbox and click on OK, right? Jatinder? But in case everyone, in case if I want to enable this service, this telnet service, but with CLI console, the CLI, not console, CLI, what we can do? We can go into the configuration mode and I want to enable this telnet service. Right now, you can see, guys, you can see only these services are enabled. Right now, these services are enabled, but I want to enable telnet service now through CLI. So set device config system service, and now you can type question mark. If you type question mark, you can get all services information. These are what? These are the services. Right now, I want to enable telnet service. So yes, disable telnet. You can use a command disable telnet. And command syntax is no. Command syntax is no. What is the command? Set device config system service disable telnet no. Now you can press enter, and whenever you change anything, you need to commit your configuration. Now let's go and verify onto this graphical page. Wait, this will take time. Now let's refresh our page. And this time you can see, guys, we have telnet service. Clear now? Veer, Jatinder, Mustafa?
Yes.
Yes, clear.
Okay. Now let's go on to the slide. So to enable any services, you guys can use set device config system services, disable. You can use a services information and action no. Now, if you want to verify services information, so see, so device config system service. Now let's talk about next option. It's called running configuration and candidate configuration. So in Palo Alto Firewall box, we have two type of configuration. Configuration type, you can say it's called candidate configuration and running configuration. What is candidate configuration? It's the same like a startup configuration and running configuration in Cisco. Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer.
Yes.
In Cisco,
Okay.
we accept startup configuration and running configuration. So what is candidate configuration? Candidate configuration is what? Whenever you make any changes or whenever you configure anything, for example, you are configuring a virtual router, you are creating zone, you are configuring your interfaces, you are creating policies, security policies, NAT policies. And if you click on OK only, for example, if you go here, for example, let's go on to the management port and you can click on edit. So whenever you change anything, and if you click on OK, it's not a Fortinet, Mustafa. In Fortinet, if you click on OK, configuration is live, remember?
Correct, sir. Yeah.
But in Palo Alto, it's, see, if you click on OK, for example, if I'm using host name, PAVM, for example, 6666, you can click on OK. If you click on OK, so this configuration is not available, it's not live, see? Host name is again PAVM555, Veer. So whenever you configure anything, and if you click on OK, this configuration is available in candidate configuration. It means this configuration is not live. Clear now, Jatinder?
Yes.
And when you click on commit button, so your configuration is live. It means now it's a part of running configuration. Okay, why it's required? Why candidate configuration is required in Palo Alto? See, for example, I am an administrator. What is the benefit of candidate configuration? So for example, I am an administrator. I want to configure multiple things. I want to create multiple policies. I want to create zones. I want to configure interfaces. Okay. But I will commit my configuration in evening. When there is no any traffic, is traveling through the firewall box. So what I can do, I can configure multiple things and I will commit later. I will commit tomorrow, for example. So yes, you can do this. For example, PAVM 686, this configuration is available in candidate configuration. In case if you want to verify candidate configuration information, then so you can go into the device, you can click on config audit. In config audit, you can see you have two options: running config and candidate config. Running config and candidate config. So you can compare both. Is there any information available? As an administrator, I want to verify, is there any information available in candidate configuration? So yes, you can compare. You can click on here. You can see. You can compare with last 5 changes. You can compare with the last 10 changes or all. So I want to compare with last 5 changes. You can click on go. So this can show you both information, everyone. This can show you your running configuration information and your candidate configuration information. So right now into our running configuration, we have host name PAVM555, right? And in our candidate configuration, host name is changed now. And it's done by this administrator is called admin. Date and time information. Now, if you click on commit, for example, if you commit your configuration, so this candidate configuration is now available in running configuration. Let's verify. You can go onto the CLI console and we can verify our host name information again. Wait. Done. Host name is changed. Now if you go and verify, click on close. Let's verify again. Right now, there is no any configuration in candidate configuration, any entry. So I want to compare. You can click on go and let's compare. So if there is no any entry available, so you will get this message is called what? These versions are identical. This message will give you the idea what? There is no any entry available in our candidate configuration. Clear my point? Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer.
Yes.
Everyone clear now?
Yes, clear now.
Okay. Now let's go on to the slide again. So I hope it's clear what is candidate configuration, what is running configuration. Now we can talk about role-based control. Yes, Jatinder.
Sorry. I mean, if for example, if someone made any wrong configuration, so is there any option to roll back?
See, if there is, for example, if you want to roll back, you can revert your configuration. Last configuration you can revert. I will show you this option in backup and restore. Jatinder.
Okay.
I will show you this option. You can go into the operation and here is the option to revert your last save configuration. See. Okay. I will show you this option. Jatinder. Give me some time. I will show you this option. Revert,
Okay.
see, revert to last saved configuration. Okay, so let's focus on role-based access control, everyone. Let's take a break for 5 minutes. Veer, any question?
No. Okay.
Okay. Let's take a break for 5 minutes, everyone. We can continue at 10:05. Please turn off.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone, can you hear me? Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer,
Yes, I'm there.
everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's focus on next topic is called RBAC. It's called what? RBAC. You can say role-based access control. So what is RBAC concept? RBAC, see, for example, I have a Palo Alto firewall box, and to manage this device, I can create multiple firewall administrators. For example, I'm trying to create admin 1 and admin 2. So I can create multiple administrator, admin 1 and admin 2. They can access this Palo Alto firewall box. But I want to define the level of access, or I want to define the privilege. You can say, for example, this L1 admin. L1 admin is a L3 administrator. So whenever he will log in into this Palo Alto firewall box, he can do any kind of changes. He can do any kind of changes. He can do any kind of configuration. But this admin 2, for example, this admin 2 is a L1 administrator. So he can log in into the Palo Alto firewall box, but he cannot change anything. He can only view the configuration. It means I want to define a privilege, you can say, or level of access for each administrator. For this, you can create admin profile. To define the level of access, what you can do, you can create admin profile. For example, I'm creating a profile is called L3 admin. It's just a name, everyone. L3 admin, it's just a profile name. Into this profile, I can define the privilege. I can define the level of access. For example, into this profile, I'm using full access option, full access privilege. So this profile I can attach with admin 1. So whenever admin 1 will log in into this Palo Alto firewall box, he has full access. He can do any kind of changes. Now, for admin 2, I am creating a profile is called L1 admin profile. It's just a name. You can use any name, your name, my name, no problem. Into this profile, I'm trying to define privilege. It's called a read only. A read only privilege, read only level of access. And this profile, yes, I can attach with admin 2. So admin 2, whenever he will log in into this Palo Alto firewall box, he can only read the configuration. He cannot change anything. So this is called what? This concept is called RBAC. We can create multiple firewall administrator and we can define the level of access. If you go and check on your Palo Alto firewall box, see, here is a tab. Guys, here is a tab. Administrator and admin role or admin profile. So if you click on administrator here, for example, so we have a default administrator into this Palo Alto firewall box. It's called admin. Default administrator is called admin. And role is super user. So this is your predefined role. Jatinder, Mustafa, this is a predefined role.
Okay.
If any administrator has a super user profile, it's a profile name, role name, you can say, admin role. It's a predefined role. If any administrator has super user role, so he can do anything. He has full access. So we have default administrator and default admin role or admin profile. But right now I'm trying to create multiple administrator here. So yes, we can create, but let's go on to the admin role now. Let's create our admin profile or admin role. You can click on add. You can give a name for this admin role profile. For example, L3 admin. It's just a name, L3 admin. And these are the options. These are the options. Guys, you can see here dashboard is available, ACC is available, monitor. So these are the tabs. So into this profile, I'm trying to enable everything. See, here we have three options. What? Enable, read only, and disable. So I'm going with the screen option. It means enable everything. And see, everything is enabled into this bit. Everything is enabled, and you can click on OK. So into this profile, I'm using everything is full access. You can click on add, and let's create one more profile. It's called L1 admin. Into this L1 admin profile, I'm trying to disable some option. For example, policy tab, I want to disable. Object tab, I want to disable. Network tab, disable. Device tab, disable. Commit option is disable. Now you can click on OK. You can click on OK. So we have two profile, L1 admin profile with limited access, L3 admin profile with full access. Now you can click on administrator, and let's create our administrator. For example, as per our discussion, I'm trying to create admin 1 and admin 2, admin 1, admin 2. So let's go on to the Palo Alto Firewall box, and let's create administrator account. It's called admin. Wait, administrator account is admin 1, and password I'm using 123, 123, 123, and now here is an option profile. Dynamic profile is super user, but now we have two custom profile. So you can click on role base and you can attach your profile. So I'm trying to attach my L3 admin profile with admin 1 account. You can click on OK. Now let's create another administrator. You can click on add. You can give a name. It's called admin 2. Password 123, 123, and now role base and profile I'm trying to attach with admin 2 is L1 admin. You can click on OK. Done. See, now let's commit our configuration. So we have two administrators in our local database. Into our Palo Alto our local database, we have two administrators, admin 1 and admin 2. So let's verify. Okay, I'm trying to log out and log in again into this Palo Alto Firewall box with these administrators. Clear now my point? Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's try to log out and log in again. Wait. So click on close, and I'm trying to log out. Here is the option to log out. You can click here. And I'm trying to log in with admin 1. Admin 1. Password 123. You can click on login. You can click on login. And now, remember guys, with admin 1, we have a profile is called L3 admin. Full access. It means this administrator can do any kind of changes, can go anywhere, can do any kind of configuration. Now, administrator name is admin1. You can verify here, everyone. You can verify administrator name is admin1. And now this administrator can change anything. See, all options are available. You can see device tab is available, network, object, policies. So all options are available. For example, if you want to go into the network tab, you can go into the network tab. You can configure any interface. You can select your interface. You can configure. Let's try to log out and log in again with admin 2. Admin 2. So you can click on log out. And now I'm trying to log in with admin 2 account. Admin 2. Guys, remember with admin 2, we have a profile is called L1 admin profile. In L1 admin profile, policies, object, device tab is not available. Let me show you. See, everyone, administrator account is admin 2, and see, only these options are available. I hope this lab is clear. Jatinder, Mustafa, only these options are available. Policy, object, device tab is not available here. So this is called what our lab are back. It's called rule-based access control. We can create multiple administrators and we can define the level of access. Mustafa, any question?
No, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Veer. Yes, Veer.
Is it possible all options are available, but the user not do anything?
Yes. You can go with this setting read only. Remember?
Yeah.
3 options are available, so you can select for permission. You can select read only. No problem, Veer.
Okay.
Right now, what in my lab, I'm trying to disable options, right? But you if you want to go with the read option, you can. Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go on to the slide. Okay, now in case if I want to configure DNS setting, let me show you. Let me tell you this option. Wait, okay, how to go with the read only option. Wait. Okay, so in profile you can select. Wait, for example, L1 admin profile. You can go with the any option. You can just click here. For example, see, for some options you need to go with the read only. For example, if you click okay, only disable, enable, wait. Policy tab. See, so in policy, some options are available to read only mode. So just click here. If you click one time, it's enable. If you click again, it's read only. If you click again, it's disable.
Okay.
It's clear?
Yeah, clear.
Now let's talk about DNS configuration, everyone. Why DNS configuration is required? What do you think, guys? Why DNS configuration is required onto this Palo Alto Firewall box? DNS configuration? Because if this Palo Alto Firewall box is trying to download latest signature updates from updates.paloaltonetworks.com, So it's required DNS entry. For example, I'm trying to open google.com, facebook.com. So I need a DNS entry. Same, if this Palo Alto Firewall box is trying to go onto the updates.paloaltonetworks.com, so it's required DNS entry. How to configure DNS in Palo Alto Firewall box? You have two options. Either you can go with the CLI or you can go with the graphical page. Let's configure with the graphical page. You can click on setup, device setup. You can click on services. And now you can click on edit here. And now you can define your primary DNS server information and secondary. So just example, guys, okay, I'm using 199, or you can say 8.8.8.8 and 4.4.2.2.2. You can click on OK. If you want to create an entry for NTP server, you can click on NTP, and you can define your primary NTP server information or secondary NTP server information. If you have it, you can define NTP server IP address and authentication type. But our focus is on DNS configuration. So yes, you can define your primary DNS server information, secondary DNS server information. You can click on OK. So you can configure through graphical page in case if you want to configure through the CLI options. So let's go on to the CLI. You can go into the global configuration mode, and command is set device config system DNS setting. System DNS setting primary. Okay, DNS setting servers primary, and primary, for example, 99.99.99.99, and secondary, just example, guys. Okay, just example. Secondary is 4.1.1.1. So right now we have this DNS server entry right now as per our graphical configuration. But now I'm trying to change through CLI. So you can use this command, set device config system DNS setting servers primary 99.99.99.99. Secondary is 4.1.1.1. You can press enter. Done. Now you can commit your configuration. Configuration committed successfully. So let's refresh this page. See, now it's changed. Clear how to configure DNS entry for primary and secondary? Jatinder, Mustafa,
Yes.
Yes,
very
yes.
clear.
I have a question related to
Sure,
the CLI.
sure.
So basically, is there any service, is there any option which can only be possible through CLI instead of GUI
Services.
in the Palo Alto?
We're talking
Yeah,
about
anything in the Palo Alto.
yes. See, CLI is through CLI you can configure multiple options. See, CLI is good, but for configuration, 95% time we are using graphical page. But yes, let me tell you the difference. For example, if you are trying to configure services, for example, remember our interface configuration? It's a weird question, or Jatinder?
Jitendra.
Jatinder.
See, Jatinder, if you verify here services information, for example, I'm talking about interface configuration. So only these services are enabled, right? Available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yes.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 10 services.
Yes.
So through graphical page, I can select only these options. I can click on OK. But through CLI option, through CLI, in case if I am trying to enable any services, so set device config system service, and if you type question mark, you can see multiple options are there, right?
Okay.
See, these options are not available. Okay, so we have these some information which is not available through graphical page. Jatinder.
Okay.
So CLI is good, but most of the time we are using graphical page because it's a simple. See, you can configure your Palo Alto Firewall box, you can monitor, you can troubleshoot with graphical page. So CLI is not required.
Okay, thank you.
See, in Palo Alto, you can configure something. In Palo Alto, you can configure something through CLI console. But if you talk about FTD, 99% configuration you can do with the graphical page. You cannot do with the CLI. In Fortinet, yes, you can configure your firewall through graphical page or through CLI console. Both options are available.
Okay.
Clear now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so let's go on to the slide now. So DNS configuration, I hope it's clear. Set device config, system DNS settings, servers, primary and secondary information you can define. Now let's talk about dynamic updates. So actually we have two options, software update and dynamic update. Dynamic update is related with signatures. So Palo Alto is a next generation firewall. If you want to utilize a next generation firewall features, so yes, you need to download latest signature update. For example, I want to detect latest virus. I want to download latest antivirus signatures. I want to detect latest application. So yes, I need to download application signature. So dynamic updates is related with signatures. But before download any signature update, guys, you need to install license first. You need to install license in your box, in your device. So in real scenario, what you can do in your organization, you have to purchase license. For example, this page I'm using as a reference only. Okay, so you can go into the device, you can go into the license tab, and here you can get all license information. If you have license in your organization on your box, like Global Protect Gateway license, PA/VM license, Threat Prevention license, Global Protect Portal license, PAN-DB URL filtering, Wildfire license. So what you can do, you can purchase license first and you can install it. So and see, as a firewall administrator, if I want to verify license information, so I can go into the device, I can click on license, and I can get the detailed information about the license, like date issued, date expired. For example, threat prevention license, date issued information, and date expired information I can get. So once you install your license in your box, after that you can download latest signature update from updates.paloaltonetwork.com. See, you can click on dynamic update. If your Palo Alto firewall box is connected with internet, so you can just click on check now. It will automatically fetch the information. It will automatically download the information. See, these options are available: antivirus signatures, application and threat signatures, Global Protect data file, Wildfire. And here is the option. See, option is what? You can set a time schedule. For example, I want to download antivirus signature every day at 1 p.m. And here we have a two option: download and install, or download only. So download only means what? I want to download signature update, but I will install in evening, for example, when there is no too much traffic is traveling through my firewall box, then I want to install. Download install option. This option means what? I want to download and install immediately. So two options are available. You can set a time schedule to download latest signature update. So dynamic updates are related with signature update. I hope it's clear.
Yes.
Now, what about software update?
Yes.
What about software update? Software update is related with operating system. So in Palo Alto, what we have PAN-OS, right? PAN-OS. If you want to upgrade your operating system, for example, you are working with 8.0.0. and now you want to upgrade your operating system, your PAN OS in 10.0.0. You want to upgrade. So you cannot upgrade directly 8.0.0 into 10.0.0. No. What you can do, you can download all available PAN OS version, and you need to follow the upgrade path. You need to follow the upgrade path. For example, if you click on check now, this will show you all the available version. Once you download all the available version, then you can follow the upgrade path. For example, if I have 8.0.0 and I want to upgrade into 10.0.0, so I need to follow this step. I can upgrade 8.0.0 into 8.0.9, then 8.0.9 into 9.0.0, then 9.0.0 into 9.0.9, then I can upgrade it 10.0. So you need to follow this upgrade path. You cannot directly upgrade. In real scenario, you need to take some time from your customer side. You need to take some time, 1 day or 2 days, to upgrade your software, to upgrade your PAN OS information. It will take time. Clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Satinder, Mustafa, Veer. So
Yes,
software
yes.
update means what? Software update means PAN OS, and a dynamic update means what? Signature update. Now we can talk about device operation. Okay, in case if you want to restart through graphical page, it's a very simple task. You can click on services and you can select, okay, wait, you can click on operation and you can select these options, reboot or shut down. If you want to restart or shut down your Palo Alto Firewall box. Now let's talk about backup and restore. I want to go for the backup and restore. So for backup and restore, here is the option. You can go into the device tab, you can go into the setup, then operation tab. In operation tab, you can use these options: save, load, export, and import. These 4 options you can use for backup and restore. For backup and restore. And see, here is another option. Here is another option, is called revert. So in case if you want to revert your last save configuration, you can just click on here. Clear my point? This revert option.
Yes.
Right now, our focus is on backup and restore, so we can use these options: save, load, export, and import. So in Palo Alto Firewall box, whenever you configure anything, you can take a snapshot. In Palo Alto Firewall box, what we have, whenever you configure anything, you can take a snapshot. For example, let's go on to the management. And you can see, guys, right now we have a host name. Right now we have a host name PAVM666 something, right? So let's change. Let's change host name. Or let's take a backup first. So operation, you can click on save. You can create a snapshot. So firewall 1 backup, or firewall 1 backup. You can click on OK. So you can take a snapshot. Snapshot is stored into this Palo Alto database. Now let's change something. So whenever you change anything, you can take a snapshot. So host name, now change PAVM 9999 something. You can click on OK. You can click on commit. You can click on commit. Now let's verify our host name information again. Now host name is changed. PAVM 999 something. So now let's go on to the operation tab. You can go on to the operation tab. And now let's take a snapshot again. So new firewall backup. You can click on OK. So my point is, whenever you change anything, Mustafa, you can take a snapshot. It's called incremental update. Clear my point?
Yes.
Veer, Mustafa, Jatinder.
Yes.
So now,
Yes, yes.
right now, guys, these snapshots are available in Palo Alto Firewall local database. It's available in Palo Alto. But I want to store these snapshot on external server, for example. So you can export all the snapshot. You can click on export. So I want to export firewall 1 backup snapshot. Let's export another snapshot. So I have one more. It's called new firewall backup. So you can verify. You can go into the download folder. You can go into the download folder, and what you have, firewall 1 backup, new firewall backup. Now, so I have snapshot. Now let's change something again. I'm trying to change host name, for example. So PAVM 111, you can click on OK. Let's commit our configuration. So now host name is changed. So I have a backup. I have 2 snapshot and I want to restore. Now host name is changed. Now I have a new configuration, but I want to restore my old snapshot today. So see, if you guys verify here, it's PAVM 11111. So now let's go on to the operation tab. And first you need to import all the snapshot. So you can click on import. See, you can click on operation. You can click on import. You can select your file name. So I want to import, for example, this firewall 1 backup. So you can import your snapshot. So like this, you can import multiple snapshot into Palo Alto Firewall box. Let's import. I have another one. So let's import our second snapshot. You can click on OK. So once you upload your snapshot, after that, you need to load. Right now, it's not live. So you can click on load. And if you import multiple snapshot, so you can decide which snapshot you want to upload or load. So I want to load firewall one. You can click on OK. You can click on close and you can commit your configuration. So I'm trying to upload or restore firewall 1 snapshot. So remember guys, with firewall 1 snapshot, we have a host name PAVM 666 something, right? Jatinder, Mustafa,
Yes.
So we can verify now if it is load, so we can verify host name information. Clear?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so this is what our backup and restore. Okay, guys, you can do Google. Okay, if you have any question regarding this, you can ask in next class, no problem. So this is what backup and restore.
Hello.
Yes, please.
My question is how to open if I want to open backup file in
No,
it
it is in XML format, so you cannot open it. But let me show you. See, but let me show you. Let's go on to the format is different, so I can try.
File extension.
You want to verify this backup, right?
Yes,
Let's try to open in Notepad. Okay, wait.
Open with
I can
Notepad.
Open in Notepad.
Where is it?
Yes, I can see some information.
Okay.
But wait.
But this is not exactly in the readable form, right?
Sorry?
I mean, this is not exactly in the readable form, actually.
But no, it's a readable form. That's why I'm trying to search PAVM 666.
I mean, the proper format kind of
Yes,
thing.
it's not a, you will face, you can face problem to read this information because it's a little complicated. But the point is, you can verify your information. See, there's PAVM
Yes.
6 is available in your text file.
Okay.
So it is in a text format.
Yes,
Not
text
encrypted.
format. Okay,
But in case if you want to encrypt, you can. Whenever you take a snapshot, you can decide if you want to encrypt your snapshot, you can.
I
But
think this option is Fortinet also available.
Yes, in Fortinet it's available. Yes.
Fortinet, when we are taking backup, and the two option, if I want simple text and encrypted.
Yes, simple backup and encrypted backup. Yeah, it's available.
In that Fortinet, I mean, we can see over there now in the Fortinet. So,
see, in all firewall box, this option is available. Okay, either you can go with the clear text backup snapshot.
One thing,
you can go with the encrypted.
One question now more. If a notepad backup file, if change something to, if after that save backup file to change it, or
see the point is what I'm not sure about it. I think your question is you want to change something.
Yes.
Notepad and you want to import, right?
Save. Yes.
But I'm not sure about it. But yes, if you know the syntax, how to change, so you can try. But I'm not sure about it. Just wait. Okay, I'm not sure about it. Just. But see, options are available. But it's very difficult to configure.
Yeah, difficult. Yes, difficult.
I have done the same thing in the Fortinet actually. So I changed some configuration in the file.
In Fortinet, it's a proper format. Okay, it's a proper format.
Yes.
Clear now, Mustafa? Any question?
Yes, clear.
Yes, clear.
No, sir, all okay.
Okay. Now this is our slide one. Okay. So now let's go on to the lab part 2. Wait. We can go on to the lab part 2. So in lab part 2, we can discuss our interface configuration. We can focus on interface configuration. How to configure our LAN interface, WAN interface, and DMZ interface. Or remember, guys, I told you in Palo Alto, we have Palo Alto interface type, right? We have a concept. So let's start our discussion on interface. Wait. So into this slide, we can focus on how to create object. How to create object, because Palo Alto is an object-oriented firewall. How to create L3 zone, because it's a zone-based firewall box. How to create virtual router, so we can divide our single global routing table into multiple virtual routing table, or you can say you can divide. It's just like a VRF. If you guys are familiar with the VRF concept, VRF, virtual routing and forwarding, any idea about VRF?
Yes.
We can divide our single global routing table into multiple virtual routing table. So you can discuss virtual router concept. Then we can create management profile. Management profile is for services. So you can combine multiple services and can create management profile. So we can focus on to this interface configuration. Guys, can we start this topic in next class? Mustafa, Veer, Jatinder.
Okay, no sure.
Start this topic on next class, this new topic. And see, guys, in next session, I'm not available on 18. See, I'm not sure. Okay, I will update you guys on 17. Okay. Class is not cancelled. Okay. If I'm not sure, but maybe I can take a session on 18. Okay, everyone. So I will update on 17, everyone. If I'm available, so I can take. Otherwise, we will continue our topic on 19 now.
Okay.
Okay. Bye everyone. Take care, guys.
But
Hello.
Yes, yes.
I think Jatinder question pending rollback configuration. I think.
Yes, Jatinder.
No question. Not related to the rollback. Actually, yesterday I spoke to you regarding the lab setup video. So,
Okay, Jatinder, I'm sharing right now. Okay, give me 5 to 10 minutes. I'm
Sure.
sharing lab setup video. You can follow them. No problem. In
Okay,
case if you
thank
face any issue, you can message in group.
Sure. I'll do
I'm
that.
sharing lab setup video. No problem.
Okay.
Okay. Bye everyone. Take care, guys. I'm
Thank you.
sharing
Bye.
15 minutes, Jatinder.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.